Hello students, we are going through with what exercise of wave optics, and in this exercise we have done till question number 8 and we have done the formulas till YDSE. Now we have to do some more formulas. So for the exercise of wave optics, now few formulas are left. That is, first is what diffraction, and we have derive a formula that is theta is equal to lambda upon A. This we will use the formula first. Second formula we will use for polarizations formula. The formula for what? For polarization. The first formula for polarization is, that is Bistor's law. In that, tan IP is equal to what? Mu. Mu is what? Refractive index. P is what? Angle of polarization. This we will use. This is for what? Bistor's law. Bistor's law. Another formula we will use what? That is what? Malus law. Malus law. And for that formula is what? I is equal to I naught cos square theta. So these are the few formulas we will use, and we will do the furthermore questions. But before doing these, there is question number 10 in your text, and for that text we have to understand a concept, and that concept is known as Fresnel distance. Fresnel distance. This is a very important concept we should understand. It is represented by letter ZF. And what is this? This gives the thing, this tell us up to which ray optics is valid, and beyond that limit the wave optics starts. So this is basically, we can say that it is ray optics versus wave optics. You can say ray optics versus fight in what? Wave optics. This is a type of a fighting that we are seeing in what? WWF. So students, ray optics versus what? Wave optics. This distance decide up to which limit ray optics is valid, and after which limit wave optics will carry on. So to understand this, I am driving a relationship for you for this. Let's suppose this is a slit, and this is the distance of opening. Let us suppose it is A, and up to a certain distance, let us suppose this is the opening distance A, and this distance is what? ZF, and this is same size. Let's suppose the radius of this portion is what? Small r. Now what occurs? We can see here, according to diffraction, wave optics we are generally seeing what? A diffraction, bending, and here light travels what? Straight line. So what? Till this distance light travels straight, and after that the light travels what? Bend out. So after this distance it will starts what? Showing the nature of what? Wave optics. In this way you can say, if we will draw the graph of what? Wave optics, it is some here like this, central maxima, minima, like this you can see. So what we can see, the formula for diffraction is what? Theta is equal to what? Lambda upon A, we know. In the same way, if from here we can see what is the angle theta, this is angle what? Theta. So theta is equal to what? We can see theta is equal to, is very small. If theta is what? Very small, then we can also say, I'm continuing from here to here, we can say that theta is approximately equal to what? Tan theta. And here, if this is R and this is ZF, then this is approximately equal to how much? R upon what? ZF. So the formula will be like this: R upon ZF is equal to lambda upon what? A. Okay, this formula we have got. But how wave optics is significant? When R is greater than A, then wave optics is significant, then wave optics is valid. So for this we can take R is greater than what? A. What is the value of R from here? We can write R is equal to how much? ZF lambda upon what? A. This is first. Is what? Second. So from first and second, what we can see, we can write ZF upon lambda upon A is greater than what? This. So distance ZF is equal to how much? A square upon what? Lambda. So generally This is the formula we are using. What? This. So this distance is known as what? Fractional distance. Generally we are using what? ZF is equal to what? A square upon what? Lambda. In the problem we are using this. So this is what? The derivation of what? Fractional distance. This topic we have not studied, but for question number 10 in the exercise we have to use this formula. So remember this. So now we are starting the questions. So the question number 8 is, till 7 we have done. Now question number 8 is, what is Wister's angle for air to glass transition given the refractive index of glass is what? 1.5. So very easy, we know what is the formula for Wister's angle. According to the solution, what we will do? We will do tan IP is equal to what? Mu. Very easy. So what is the value of IP? IP is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? Mu. And the value of mu is how much? The value of mu they have given us is how much? 1.5. When you will solve in the table, you will get it is 58 degree, approximately 18 minutes. That you can see in your answers. So this is the solution of this question. Easy, simple formula based question. Now question number 9, student. The question is, light of lambda wavelength 500 angstrom falls on a plane reflecting surface. Full stop. What are the wavelength and frequency? Wavelength and frequency of reflected ray. Reflected ray. First part. Second part is, for what angle of incidence is the reflected ray normal? This is very important word. Is the reflected ray normal to what? Incident ray. So first of all we are solving the first part. It's very easy. If this is the reflecting surface, light is falling on this, then it will follow the laws of reflection. It will go like this. This is angle of incidence. So this will be what? Angle of incidence is equal to what? Angle of reflection. I am taking both what? I same, because I is equal to what? R, according to laws of reflection as we know. So I have taken I. Now what occurs? This is the medium is what? Same. In the question number first we have discussed this problem. Since medium is what? Medium is same. If the medium is same, then speed is also what? Speed is what? Same. We have discussed in the lectures. And frequency does not changes. Frequency remains constant throughout the thing. And they have given us what? That is wavelength. Wavelength is how much? 5000 angstrom. That is what? 5000 into 10 power minus 10 meter. So what is the formula for frequency and wavelength and speed? And it is what? In air we are doing. So the formula is what? You have derived the formula, that is lambda is equal to what? Or you have derived the formula, that is, the formula is distance is equal to speed into what? Time. So lambda is equal to c by what? Nu. So lambda is equal to what? C by what? Nu. And we have to find out here what? Nu. So nu is equal to how much? C by what? Lambda. And C they have given us how much? 5000 into 10 power minus 10. And lambda, oh sorry, the C is how much? C is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second. And this is how much? 5000 into 10 ki power minus 10. So when we will solve, we will get what? Frequency. And this is our solution. You have to solve this. Now we are moving to next question. Now question number 10. Estimate the distance for which ray optics is good. Approximation for aperture of 400 nanometer. So aperture means what? A is how much? 400 millimeter, sorry. That is 4 into 10 to power minus 3 meter. And wavelength lambda is how much? 400 nanometer. When we will solve, it is how much? 400 into 10 to power minus 9 meter. So rays optics is what? Good. They are talking about what? Fractional distance. And we have discussed what is the fractional distance. ZF is equal to what? A square upon what? Lambda. Put the value of A and put the value of lambda and get the solution. The solution will be like this. That is ZF. When we will solve this, it is 100 and it is equal to 10 to power 3 and 7 4 meter. Till here, ray optics is valid. Beyond this, wave optics is not valid. This is our question number 10. Now question number 12. 11 you should do yourself. Try. That is a homework for you all. Now question number 12. Explain how corpuscular theory, Newton's corpuscular theory, in the first introduction I have explained. This is your question on that theory base. Predicts the speed of light in a medium, say water, to be greater than the speed of light in vacuum. So this I have tell in the theory, but here we have to do an experiment demonstration. Is the prediction confirmed? Experimental demonstration of speed of light in water. If not, which alternative picture of light we will consist the experiment. Let us see the answer. So for this question, let us suppose this is an interface. Do you know what is interface? Again I am saying, which divides the two medium. So let us suppose this is air and here is what? Water. This is a normal. A ray of light is incident on this. Let us suppose this is angle of incidence is what? I, and it is reflected. So this is what? Angle R. So this is incident ray, and this is what? Refracted ray. We have discussed it. Now what does the Newton's corpuscular theory says? The Newton's corpuscular theory. So I am talking about what? According to Newton's corpuscular theory, he says that if this is the interface, let us suppose this is x and y, then if the velocity in this component is what? v1, in air is what? v1, and the velocity in water is what? v2, then he has said that the velocity component along the interface of both the medium, this and this, will remains what? Same. What he has said that velocity component along the interface. What is interface here? X, Y will remains same. According to him, if we will resolve according to the vector, then this will be what? This will be V sine I is equal to, this will be what? V1 sine I, and this will be what? V2 sine of what? R. Because this component is what? Cos. This component is what? Cos. And this one, when V1 will resolve, this is what? Is what? This is sine, and this is also what? Sine. So he has said that this is what? This component will be what? Same according to interface xy. So we can find the relationship, that is sine I upon sine of R is equal to what? V2 upon what? V1. And according to Eisen's refractive index formula, that this is what? Mu. So mu is equal to sine of I upon what? Sine of R is equal to V2 upon what? V1. Here mu is greater than what? 1, because refractive index for water is 1.33. So mu is greater than 1. So it is found that V2 upon V1 is also greater than 1. So what is the result? V2 is greater than V1 according to what? Newton's corpuscular theory. But as we know, this is not true. Not true. So what is true? According to which picture is true? According to Huygens. According to Huygens principle, we know that V1 is greater than what? V2. For this you have to go for what? Video lectures, and we have derived this relationship there. That is V1 upon V2 is equal to mu is equal to sine I upon sine R, reflection, and law of reflection by Huygens principle. So this is question number what? 12. Now question number 13. You have learned in text how Huygens principle lead to laws of reflection and reflection. This we have derived, and we have gone through the lecture and text. We have understand. Use the same principle to deduce directly that a point source, which source? A point object or source placed in front of a plane mirror. What? Plane mirror produces a virtual image whose distance from mirror is equal to object distance. This is very important. For this we have to understand its solution in terms of what? In terms of diagram. The complete solution we will discuss in terms of what? Diagram. So let us suppose this is a plane mirror. This is any plane mirror. I have taken this plane mirror as X and what? Y. Now suppose here is a point source or object source S, and the rays are going in this way. As we have known, the rays are going in this way. Rays are going like this. So what we have seen, the wavefront will be formed like this. This, then again what? This, then again what? This, and finally they will strike to what? Mirror like this. Let us suppose if there is no wavefront, if there is no plane mirror, then these wavefronts will carry on in the forward direction, and they will carry it on like this. Furthermore, they will carry it on like this. Furthermore, they will carry it on like this, and furthermore they will carry it on like this, and so on they will carry it on. But what occurs? If there is a mirror, then this wavefront is reflected, and its image I am making with another color. Its image wavefront will be formed like this. This is the image wavefront of this, and the image wavefront of this in the same way, that will be what? In this way. In the same way, the next one will be what? Like this, after reflecting. And in the same way, there is a wavefront will be what? Like this. So if this is the place where the wavefront image I is formed, so if this distance is what? If this distance is how much? If distance is x, then this is also what? X. The total distance is what? 2x. Then this distance, if this distance is what? A, this wavefront is what? AB. Then its reflection A dash and what? B dash. So if this is the image for the source, then for the source this will behave like what? Image or object. So this I will behave like what? An object. I am again clearing. If this is a plane mirror, then the wavefront are coming like this, they will strike. If there is no plane mirror, then the wavefront will carry on like this. Then, but there is a plane mirror, so there will be the reflection start. The wavefront will be like this, then again this, then again this, then they will move at this distance. So if this distance is x, then its reflection image will be formed at this distance again. To this distance what? X, and x it is how much? 2x. So this, if this is x, then it is also what? X. Plane mirror always makes what? Virtual image. This we know. So that is proof. So this, if this is the object, its image is formed here, and if it is the objects, then its image will be formed where? Here. So according to the question, in this way we can prove this solution. Thank you. So friends, this is the question number 13. Therefore, few more questions are left. But if you want the tricks how to solve Young's double slit questions or how to solve diffraction based question, then you should comment in the comment section of this lecture. Do more likes. We will continue some interesting lectures of this chapter. If you want, stay home, stay safe. Thanks for watching.